all of the things that I watch on YouTube. And so thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. I put up 4 a day. Watch all of them. I would also really appreciate that. And so we're talking about things that I watch on YouTube for this video. And so obviously, even before I started making the videos, and literally for 2 decades now, I really like YouTube. Always been a fan of YouTube. I specifically remember a conversation, I believe in around '03 or '04. This is an impromptu speech, so I haven't verified any information, so it's all coming off my brain here. But I want to say somewhere around 2003, 2004 is when YouTube was bought by Google. And long story short, I remember when this happened because I was hanging out with my parents. I was just a little kid, and I had already been so much into YouTube at that point in my life that I remember the article in the news breaking of the two young guys selling YouTube, I think for like $2 or $3 billion, even if I remember correctly. And at the time, people weren't talking about it much. It was just the first example of a company that survived the dot-com crash, was still around and essentially just growing business at that point and trying different ideas and stuff. And so I remember when the acquisition happened and Google got YouTube, and that was the extent of it, and I had already been watching for a couple years at that point. And so I've always YouTube, and the thing is as a millennial, and again, like, I'm old now, right? And there's people that use YouTube now that are young, and even old people have come to the platform. But at the beginning of YouTube, and again, it's all just kind of a small preface before I get into what I still watch on YouTube. There's a reason for all of this. And so as I watched YouTube, before it was sold off to Google, I had always just been a fan of music. Is what originally brought me to YouTube. Was even back in 2003, 2004, I had thought to myself that if I just looked up the artist music videos, I could watch them for free. I could play the sound from my speaker and move on with my day, even if I had to listen to ads and stuff, because it was like the radio. And then that's how I thought of YouTube. Again, now this is even before Pandora or any other any other music file sharing services were available and legal and licensed and all these things, right? And so YouTube was, again, not used by a lot of people. And again, I only decided to start using it because of the music part of it. And then I fell in love with just like the random content and things like this. And so since then, I've been a consumer of YouTube content, right? So it's fair to say that I've spent more than half my life on this platform, either consuming or trying to create content for it, right? Now, this particular channel has, I think, 100 and something videos now, and has been active and around since 2017, with a huge part in between that was broken off. These videos originally started on Periscope in around 2016, 2017. And before that, it was on YouTube with another channel that I had, where I was actually smoking weed and talking about marijuana reviews back when Colorado's weed law had become legislation. And so that's kind of like, I love YouTube, and I think this video was more of like kind of a thing for YouTube or whatever, but we can consider it, I'm going to make it a personal diary entry. I like that better, because it explains sort of like my history with the site and why I'm like so into it, like an old person is with anything that they've grown to like, as far as like, and it's maintained its relevance. YouTube is not something that like, it's multi-generational. It's applicable to old people, young people, middle-aged people, and everything in between. So the intergenerational sort of context and engagement is something I think is only available on this platform, I'd say, actually. And so I didn't get a chance to talk about all the things that I watched, but I do want to add a little bit to that before the video ends, and that's just that some of my favorite channels on YouTube right now, links in the description below, are, I watch the Y-Files just all the time. In fact, I hope he posts a new episode today, because like that would be the highlight of my Sunday, watching a new episode of the Y-Files. And then I also obviously watch Mr. Beast videos all the time, every time he posts and stuff. I'm really into Beast videos. Who isn't, right? The young guy has a lot going on for him, and he's got a good business, and he's very communicative, and again, just what a great sort of story there, right? So who doesn't watch those videos? Like, weird if you don't, whatever. It's just, they're good videos. And then I watch a lot of documentaries, and watch John Oliver. And so those are the things that I watch on YouTube. And music wise, again, I think I made a video about this last week, but right now I'm still super into Tegan and Sarah and Churches. So those are two bands that I'm really, really into, like, a lot. It blows my mind. I really like their stuff, you know. And I don't know why I always say words in like weird ways, but anyways, thanks for watching the videos.